For this lesson, I'll be using a copy of the project files from the responsive web design course that we completed earlier. You can do the same, or you can follow along with the starter files provided with this lesson. To review the starter files, let's go into the folder in the exercise files called ch_02. Open that folder, and inside of there you'll see another folder called starter files. This contains a portion of the previous final project, and you can preview this by opening the HTML file up in a browser. In either case, we'll have the same HTML, CSS, and graphics files to work from. Now you'll also see a file in the ch_02 folder called logo.svg. To begin the project, we'll overwrite our current logo file with this revised version in order to begin the project. So let's option drag or copy and paste this file into the images directory of our current project, and then choose OK or overwrite or replace, depending on what your operating system says, to overwrite the existing file with this new one. Now once you have the new SVG graphic in your project folder, let's open this up in a text editor. So as I mentioned before, your SVG file is really an XML document, so it is text-based. Now to preview the SVG, in most modern browsers you can open the SVG graphic directly in your browser, or if your text editor has a built-in preview, you can use that. I'm going to come over here and activate the preview in my text editor. So when you preview this, it's going to look like a little bit of a mess. We're looking at both versions of the logo in the same SVG graphic at the same time. We can see the large version and the small version. So what I'm going to do is come over here in my text editor. On the left-hand side, we can see all of the XML markup. I'm going to come over here and come down and turn off wrap lines. I just want to be able to see all of the lines of code and show you that I have gone ahead and separated all of the artwork that makes up the large logo and all of the artwork that makes up the small logo. And I can scroll down here. So I just put a few spaces inside of here. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to group these together using SVG's grouping tag. So let's get our cursor before the first polygon. We'll hit a return. I'll tab in a little bit. We'll type a less than sign, the letter G, and then a greater than sign. So this is the grouping tag in SVG. Let's get our cursor after the last path in the first group, and then we'll end the grouping tag. Next line, let's add a grouping tag for the small version. We'll scroll down and then we'll end that grouping tag as well. And now with each version of our logo in a group tag, let's come up here to the first group tag, which is grouping the large logo. Let's hit a space. Let's add a style attribute. We'll set this equal to 2 quotes. Then we'll type display : none, then a semicolon. We just want to make sure that the grouping is working properly in the SVG file. So with this in place, I'll hit save, reload in the browser, and now we will only see the small graphic. All of the artwork for the large graphic is now inside of a style display none, and we're only looking at the small graphic. Let's come in here and let's cut that style attribute. Let's paste it on the second group we created. Hit save, reload in the browser, and now we will only see the large version of the graphic. So at this point we have the new logo graphic in our project, and we have created a grouping tag in SVG around both the small version of the logo and the large version. And now with our new logo copied into our project, and we have successfully created group tags around both versions of the logo, next we're ready to start adding some CSS to our SVG file.